welcome everyone. Season 3 of Truth and Legacy. I'm your boy Legacy of Dawkins. That's the name I go by. And I'm sitting down with my good friend, Levar Allen, a surrealist artist that's in this local area. He's been making waves with his paintings with other people, uh, hitting people's emotions, evoking them to do more, wanting them to try even painting themselves. So I wanted to sit with him real quick, and he was on season 2. Now he's on season 3, and I wanted to start off with him for our new season and just dive into his art process and his mind behind all this beautiful paintings. We're actually in his, would you call it studio?
Yeah.
His art studio.
Yeah, I accepted this is my studio for now,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
just embracing it.
this is it. This is
Yeah.
it. So
We're gonna start from somewhere.
exactly. So my boy, I appreciate you.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Thank you
saying?
for
Thank
having me.
you. Thank you
Or
for
thank
having
you
me.
for yeah.
Yeah, thank you for bringing me here today. So I just want to start off with talking about you know, what made you jump into becoming an artist, or what was your passion? The reason for even starting this whole journey.
Well, I want to say I've been into art pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
I've always been into doing little drawings here and there, and I noticed a lot of the drawings that I would create were always like just worlds within. Just people doing their own thing, and it was always just like a lot of random actions going on. But it always felt like a world I wanted to be a part of,
Yeah.
or be like the reason, like say, hey, I created this, and invite those people in. I feel like the older I got, there was just a point where I was just like, you know what, I really want to invite people in. I really want people to see like where my mind can go, because I
Yeah.
want to see how far my mind can go,
Yeah.
and I think it's pretty fresh. So I just want to share that with the people too.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what kind of influenced you to even go into the direction of what do you call it? Surrealism? Still
Surreal,
trying to get there. Surrealism?
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a few inspirations. First off, Salvador Dali,
Hmm.
Frida Kahlo, and Rene Magritte.
Hmm.
Those three artists, like they definitely inspired my style a lot. uh, those three artists, and then a lot of illusion art that I used to look at back in the day. I used to always love like tricking my own mind with the illusion art that would be up online or in the books and everything like that.
Hmm.
And I think there was a point when I started painting. I was like, yeah, I want to paint like this.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to trick the mind, but I want the mind to be like active when
Yeah.
you look at my paintings.
Gotcha.
And those artists and those styles of art like capture the essence of what I wanted to bring out in my art.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so interesting, yeah. Yeah. So all right, when you were younger, was there a period of time where you knew that were you looking at somebody else that made you say, "Hey, you know what? I like that." Because you brought these famous people, but
Mhm.
what about someone like from home, like anyone around
Oh,
that area, someone
yeah.
familiar to you?
So I will say, as far as someone like close to me, there isn't much people,
Mhm.
but the closest one is my father.
Yeah.
He's an artist himself. He does a lot of like I would say his art is more like pop art style.
Mm.
He does a lot more cartoon references and stuff, and like puts his own twist on it.
Okay.
And when it comes to the paintings, he does a lot of abstract work versus my surrealism work.
What is pop art? How would you describe that?
Pop art, like if you're familiar with Andy Warhol, I would say his art or a lot of his art is more like pop art.
Art.
Um, his art was a lot of like colorful art, a lot of pop of color,
Mhm.
and it almost always referenced something else. Like I remember one of his paintings is just like a soup can. It's just like a colorful soup can, and he had different versions or printouts of it.
Yeah.
And he had a big series, like he was a big rollout on that.
Yeah.
So I would say that comic book art is like
Okay.
a
Okay.
good
That's a good pop
version
art.
of pop art. Yeah,
Okay.
so things
Okay.
like that.
Interesting. So, you being a surrealist artist,
Hmm.
what are you trying to what's the message that you're trying to convey to people? What do you want the audience to understand when you're creating these paintings and these pieces of art?
Hmm. That's a good question. Hold on. Let me try and piece that together.
Yeah.
The message I'm trying to convey with my paintings, other than that there's worlds within us
Mm.
that we all can express and explore, is our closeness with God.
Mm.
A
All
lot of
right,
my
say
paintings,
it one more time, or
our closeness with God,
a closeness
our,
with God.
our relationship with God,
Okay.
and our
Okay.
own spirits as well.
Yeah.
A lot of my paintings, I bring out versions of angels.
Mm.
When I look at them and I paint them, it's like, okay, these feel like angels to me.
Yeah.
And when I paint these orbs, these golden orbs, if you see them in some of my paintings, like it just that represents knowledge and God Himself. And every time I paint it, that's what I feel. So when I'm painting, I do want people to feel my spirit. I want them to feel how crazy my mind is.
Yeah.
You know how deep it can go, how deep the rabbit hole can go.
Yeah.
With all of our minds, really.
Yeah.
You know, because when I'm painting, it's not just me showing my mind. These people are like everybody that comes out. They're kind of like testing their own mind. You know, testing their own imagination and creativity too when they see my art.
Yeah. I would say, witnessing your art and being someone that I've seen some of your art, I do have my own perspective or my own perspective and own feelings about like what I see and like how it like translates to me and what I'm going through.
Right.
So I can see what you're saying with that. Heck yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So when it comes to painting, do you feel like this is something that people can, use as therapy, or is it more of a self-reflecting type of painting or type of session that you have?
I would say both,
Yeah, I would.
110%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with as far as it being therapy, when I'm in the zone of painting, I feel like there is literally nothing else going on. You know, like the music is going on. It's literally like background noise, but I still feel the music a bit. You know,
Mhm.
anybody walking in and out, it's whatever. But like, it's just me and the painting. It's like we're talking to each other in a
Yeah.
sense. So I do get that therapy, and not only does it feel like me and the canvas are talking to each other. You know, when I'm um, starting my canvases,
Mm.
most of my paintings and pictures, I asked God to give me the creativity and imagination He had when He created the universe,
Mhm.
and I try to
Mm.
put that on my canvas.
Mm.
So with that, it feels like I'm getting closer to God in that way. So that's even more therapy
Yeah, yeah,
in that
yeah.
sense, you know, and having that faith that whatever I put up here, it's literally like God written that
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
supposed to be on this canvas right
yeah,
here.
yeah,
So therapy wise, yeah, there's that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then on the other end, what was the other end actually?
Just more of like self-reflecting, like to
Self-reflective. Oh
yourself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So with a lot of the paintings that I've done, a lot of them I had to look back and be like, why did I paint that?
Yeah, yeah,
Like I definitely was feeling something. Like there's some paintings where I knew exactly what I was doing,
mhm,
and there was a lot of intention behind it. But some other paintings I had to sit back and be like, yo, there's something. I don't want to say weird in a bad way, but
yeah.
it's
It's
definitely
different.
something.
It's
Yeah,
different, but interestingly different.
peculiar.
Yeah,
So,
peculiar. Oh
yeah,
wow,
there's
yes,
definitely something peculiar about
peculiar.
like what's going on in my mind, like
Yeah,
my imagination and subconscious and spirit overall.
yeah,
Because what I paint is not, it might not be super realistic, it might not be super crisp all the time, but like the concepts and when you're looking at it and feeling the painting and like feeling your own story in it, like that there's something different about it,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, going off of that now. So you're talking about how stuff when you paint, it's you. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling yourself. You're understanding who you are. You're
mhm,
speaking to God. You're getting that interpretation of how He created the world as well too.
correct.
So what are some pieces that like were significant? Because I know you brought some. You have some on the side already.
You're right.
So what is a few that is significant to you that
So,
you feel
all
like
right.
started your journey?
So I'm gonna bring this one like kind of between us, not this
Gotcha.
one right here.
All right.
This is right here.
Yes,
This
sir.
painting. A lot of people probably seen this painting before. This one is called Out of Mind, Out of Love.
Say it one more time.
Out of Mind, Out of Love.
Out of mind, out of love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it. See,
Yeah.
put it right behind me real quick.
Perfect. Perfect.
Lovely.
Mhm.
So this painting right here,
Mhm.
this is what pretty much like officially kickstarted me and my painting and like praying to God about the creativity and everything like that,
Mhm.
and kind of just giving it to God with all of this. This was in 2019 when I painted this,
Mhm.
and there is no expectation
Yeah.
behind this. There is no, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. It was just, all right, I'm just gonna paint. And around the time, it's kind of funny. I was staying with my dad in Virginia. He wasn't like painting that much before that, or at least I didn't know that. But when I was there,
Mhm.
it looked like he was in the zone. So
Mhm.
that made me feel like, you know what, let me get in the zone too.
Yeah.
So with this, I was just like, you know what, let me get into it. And then when I finished it, I was like, yo, something's something's going on
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So this painting, Out of Mind, Out of Love, is supposed to represent him giving his spirit to God. This painting is significant because of that alone, all of that alone. Like it made me feel like I had a lot more to explore, not just with my relationship with God, but with my spirit
Mm.
and the world and everything beyond what this world is.
Come on now. Come on
So
now.
yeah, this painting right
That
here.
boy's so deep, right? Yeah, I like this one. This is nice.
Thank you, thank you.
And what's the other ones you got going on?
Other one. So honestly, I'll bring this one to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is called "I Am Where I Am."
I am where I am.
And this is another painting where I didn't have any expectations.
Wow, I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, the details, right?
Yeah.
There's another painting where I had no expectations, no real intention behind it other than to just let myself flow.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what came about of it. And then I called it "I Am Where I Am" because it felt like a timestamp, of all the creations I've been doing, how far I've gotten in my style. There's a lot of different things going on in here, and I feel like that's a good expression of what's going on in my mind.
Yeah.
It feels put together, but at the same time very chaotic.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going on in
here. Yeah, artistic, chaotic. Yeah, I like that. And then this beautiful one right here as well too, the key.
Yes. So this piece, like you were saying earlier, your question earlier about what I wanted to convey in my art, this is kind of a great example of that. This piece is called "Key to Fernweh." And Fernweh is a German word meaning a longing for a place that's not real or you've never been there before.
Fantasy world, your imagination.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So when it comes to my art, I want people to feel that longing for a place that they can't fathom or can't explain. Like I want them to feel that when they see this and be like, yo, this is kind of close to what I'm feeling. Like I want to be there. Like that longing for whatever place that I felt, like I've never seen it before, but I know there's something out there. That's what I want them to feel. So this is a great example of that. And there's a poem that I wrote in the back, and it's actually the description or the translation to this.
And what is that? What is this translation?
This is Hebrew.
Hebrew, okay.
Yes, this is Hebrew.
Nice.
So the translation for the poem that goes around is longing for a world other than my own, a world beyond any that men have seen, a place I can escape to be alone. There you will find my mind set free.
Come on now. And that man be writing poetry as well too. Wow. Wow.
Just a little bit here.
Yeah, just a little something. Dude, come on, let's go, bro.
Oh my God.
Let's cheers to this tea time. Tea
All right,
time.
there you go.
Yes. And what kind of tea is this as well?
Cinnamon mint.
Cinnamon mint. Yeah, man. I like this. It's very calming. Very
cinnamon
calming.
mint with a dash of honey. Put that honey in there.
Got to put the honey in there. So yeah. So that brings me to the next question, man. We want to get personal a little bit. We're out in nature a little bit, trying to feel the vibe. We got one of your beautiful paintings back here with us. Looks amazing. What is this? What is the name of this one, and what is the feeling, and what is the purpose behind this one?
So this piece is called "More Places I've Been, More Things I've Dreamed," and it's actually a continuation to another painting that I did and called "Places I've Been, Things I've Dreamed."
Yeah.
And they both were, like I mentioned earlier, about timestamps and whatnot. This was also like another timestamp of how I felt spiritually, how I felt with expression, how I express myself. This painting, I feel like it captures a lot of my personalities, different personalities in different places of time that I'm in, different mindsets and mentalities that I'm in. And the eyes that you see, like I mentioned earlier too, about every time I paint the eyes, it's like I feel like those are angels. You see them; these are like angels, all guiding these different personalities and these different mindsets and mentalities that I have.
Interesting. What is this guy? He's the biggest one. He's more of the main character. Like who is this
guy in the front?
Yeah.
So this guy, honestly, I've had some.
He has an interesting angel as well too. Watching him.
Yeah, it's a angel of hands. If you like,
yeah,
didn't notice like the details of it, it's like hands
Yeah.
grasping each other. And this one, honestly, out of all the other personalities, this one feels like the most confusing to me. Because it feels like a selfish personality, like a selfish aspect of myself. And parts of me, like I feel like I'm not selfish, but I feel like because of this painting, I feel like there are little parts of me that do like hold things to myself, whether it be something that I should express, something I should share, something I should teach.
Yeah.
Teaching. And I feel like him holding this piece right here, this little blue piece, is coming out of this piece, this other piece of art, this Eye in the Storm.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's holding that for himself, like he should be teaching that and sharing that with the world.
But he doesn't want to give that piece Up to the world.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And this angel is guiding him to pretty much give. You know, give and be a helping hand.
Hmm.
As cliche as that might sound, but
So I want to, because you're talking about being having that selfish trait, but not too selfish. But there's something that you have that the world may want, but you don't want to give it up. Is there any other like personal things that influence you in your art? Like, um, again, going back to the angels, like why are you so not obsessed? Lack of words right now, but like
right,
obsessed with like angels that look like eyeballs. So like, what
right.
is that?
It's literally what I feel when
Yeah.
I'm painting. You know, when I put it on the canvas, it feels right. It feels like that should be there.
Hmm.
And when I saw what biblically accurate angels pretty much look like, that did kind of inspire the look behind them. You know, because a lot of them did have eyes, whether it be on their wings or on these like cylindrical spheres that they have and whatnot. So I kind of took that and put it into my art. I felt like that was a good way to express like, hey, these are angels here.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. So, do you see yourself in the future? Like, what is the future looking like for you, for Levar Allen? Like, do you see yourself in galleries? Do you see yourself in art shows? Like, what does that plan for the future look like?
Honestly, I feel like I do see myself doing it all, but I do want to see myself in more galleries.
Yeah,
I would like to have my own exhibition, my own little studio,
yeah.
you know, that people could come and have a little touring and
You mean your
whatnot.
second studio?
Second
Your
studio, right,
second or third
right, right,
studio
yes,
that you already
yes,
have?
yes, second
Yeah.
studio.
Okay, just wondering.
Right. And also want to inspire. You know, I want people to feel like they can create or know that they can create. You know, and know that they have creativity within them. Because there's a lot of people I realize that feel like they can't create like I can. And I tell people all the time, a lot of my art is started with stick figures. You know, just putting stick figures here and there, and then putting little things to let you know, like, oh, this is the scene.
Yeah,
You know, so whether it be like a bridge, and the bridge would just be a rectangle.
yeah.
You know, just going across the page, just
Yeah,
to let you know.
yeah.
So it's like
I love Robin.
creativity. It could be anything. It start from anywhere,
Yeah.
and I try to share that. So I want to definitely teach that and inspire people.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. What do you hope for people to take away from viewing your art?
Yeah. So in general, I want people to get in tune with that world within them, get in tune with that spirit within, and that spirit beyond.
Mm.
There's a lot more than this reality, I feel, and painting for me is a great way to bring that reality, whatever reality this is, out. You know, whatever I feel, whatever I see and envision is a great way to bring it out, and I want other people to get in tune with that too.
Yeah,
You know, I would love to see what other people just like paint when they're just painting. You know, not thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna paint this person, or oh, okay, I'm gonna paint this cartoon character. I just want them to like flow with it and let their mind like do the talking, let the spirit do the talking.
do the talking. I like that. So teaching is definitely going to be something that you probably want to do.
Yeah,
Later
I
on.
am like
I really see that for you. I really see that teaching.
it definitely seems like something I'm leaning towards. Like I definitely never saw myself as a teacher in the past, but with a lot of things that I've been like saying to people when they come to me about art and
Yeah.
how passionate I get when I'm trying to let them know like, yo, you can do this too. Even if it's not like painting, like you can be creative, like you can imagine things like that you couldn't even fathom today or yesterday. You know, so that's that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And I love your insight. And I can definitely see you as a very well taught teacher. You know what I mean? And being able
Yeah.
to coach people calmly and able to educate them easily without making them feel like, I gotta do a lot just to be an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, even with me, because I've sat down with you and I've painted with you before, and I felt like it's just an ease, it's just a flow.
Right.
It doesn't need to be, oh, follow what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's more about like, what do you feel like you need to do, and just do it.
Exactly. There should
Make
be
it
no pressure
easy. Yeah, no pressure at all.
Yeah.
So I definitely see that for your future. Is there any way that people can get more of you? Like, is there any way that where we can find you, all your handles and everything like that?
Right now, you can find me on Instagram as Levar the Artist, Levar the Artist, and then I have a secondary page called Jonesy Paints, Jones with a Y,
Yeah.
and then Paints.
Nice.
And I also have a website. It's levarallen.art. It has all prints that I got coming out. I have metal prints.
Metal prints.
Yeah, some metal prints. I don't think anybody's really.
Yeah.
Like I haven't really seen that.
I've
so when
never
I
seen
seen
that either.
yeah. So I'm excited to bring that out and share that with the world. And there'll be metal prints of my digital art. You know,
Mhm.
I'm a painter, you know, primarily,
Yeah.
but I've been doing a little digital stuff on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Soon to
bringing
see
it out.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So gonna bring that out. That's gonna be on the website, and I am thinking about leaning towards like, you know, t-shirt, you know, some clothes.
Yeah.
You know,
Merch.
I am painting on the jacket right now, so it is gonna be a one of one whenever that comes around. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say too much about
Okay.
all of that. Yeah, yeah,
To be continued. So we continue for that one. But we definitely want to see more of that. Bro, I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you
Thank you
too.
for bringing me out here. Thanks for letting me be in your studio.
course.
You know what I'm saying? You
Of
know?
course, of course.
And peace and love, bro. And before we go, I have one more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you believe is your truth? And what is this legacy that you're trying to leave at the end of your life on this earth?
Honestly, I think I can answer both with a simple answer.
Mm.
Is that God loves me
Mm-hmm.
and I am great.
Enough said, bro. Dog. Thank you so much, bro.
Of course, thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. We did that. We did that. We did that. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in into Truth and Legacy. Hope to see y'all soon for more conversations with dope people, you know? Well, yeah, see y'all soon, man. Peace and love.